Hey there guys, Magnus here. For those of you that are first joining us or have not been around since I used to do monthly content updates, hi, how you doing? Been a while since I've done a actual update type video, so if you'll excuse my rustiness, we're gonna go ahead and get into things and kind of give you guys a rundown of what's been going on in my life, how that affects content, and what to look forward to. So if you're not a part of my Discord community, you probably were a little bit surprised when you saw a recorded Let's Play actually pop up on the channel again. I had kind of unofficially switched to streaming all the time, and mostly that was due to my job just kind of being a little bit more time consuming. Streaming is honestly just a little bit easier on me since I don't have to actually edit anything. It just pops up and when it's done, it's done. Don't really have to worry about much. But a part of me did kind of miss recording stuff and the little bit of creativity you get from editing a video and kind of adding in effects and things like that. And so I got to thinking maybe I should bring it back, but the problem is I wasn't sure how I would be able to do that with my job working me so many hours and other things taking up a lot of my free time. So it took a bit of doing, and I'll admit I'm a little rusty. On top of all of that, my Adobe subscription for students actually ran out this past November. And so I had to find an alternative, that alternative being Final Cut Pro for the Macintosh computers. Now, I have very seldom used Final Cut Pro. I used it for the Persona 5 mask unboxing video, but other than that, I really hadn't used the thing. So, learning a new software on top of being a little bit rusty, I'm overall happy with the Iconfell episode 3 that I got out of it, but I still need a little bit more time to adjust and learn the ins and outs of the software, which I think more recorded content probably will help me do. And it is with happy heart that I announce that I am bringing back recorded content, along with live streams as well. My initial plan for recorded content and live streams is this. Anything that I plan on making a series, quote-unquote, on the channel, I want to do a live stream of the first episode, and then I'll record episodes after that. We're testing this out with Hyrule Warriors for the start of it, just to see if it's even viable, or if it's a good idea. If you've watched the channel recently, you'll know that the first episode actually just popped up recently, and I've actually already recorded the second episode and just need to edit it and pop it up on the channel. Heck, depending on how fastly I can do it, you might even see it before you see this video. Is fastly even a word? I don't think fastly's a word. Whatever, we make up words all the time. What are words but meaningless noises that we make? So with that in mind, I kind of want to get some sort of structure going on with the channel itself. This is going to be a little bit hard considering the sporadicness of my job and the hours I work. But my initial plan, at least, is to do a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday type setup. Now, granted, what falls on what day, we'll just have to see. It's going to depend on how quickly I can edit videos, how quickly I can put up streams, and how quickly I can do everything else in between. That would be my ideal. However, as everything has taught us this year, things don't always go to plan. So while that is the ideal and what I'm going to strive for, it may fluctuate from week to week. But my main goal is to be a little bit more consistent, a little bit more dependable in terms of what's happening when, and just overall kind of putting out more content. And if you're wondering why I've slowed down on content in particular, we'll get into that a little bit later. But for now, let's kind of run down what we've actually been putting out on the channel. So, as I said earlier, we actually have been playing a little bit of Hyrule Warriors. It came out relatively recently as of this recording, and I've really been enjoying it. Super fun, enjoyable little game, and it's honestly a kind of game that I can turn my brain off and just kind of enjoy, smack some stuff around, and have fun with. But that's not the only game I've been having fun smacking stuff around with. I've also been playing Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. I was very, very excited for this game. It's actually been one of my most anticipated games of the year, and I finally am so happy that I get to play it. And good gravy, that game is super duper fun. A little bit on the repetitive side, especially once you get into the groove of things, so to speak. I'm still on Chapter 3, but I'm working my way quickly to get through Chapter 3 onto Chapter 4. I'm not sure how much longer I've gone in the game. I'm not even sure how far in I am in the game in terms of, content that's left, but I've been really enjoying it. I've been doing occasional streams of it. I think, honestly, I'm going to relegate it into a more chill game stream setup, like doing late night stuff with it, depending on how my schedule works out, just because it's a game that I really like. And it's something that I kind of almost get into a zen-like state with in terms of its progression loop of each year you plant up your crops and then you go out and fight and gather materials and then you harvest those crops and rinse and repeat. And while we're on the topic of streams, I did want to mention that I plan on a couple of streams that I haven't really talked about just yet. For starters, we have Demon Turf that's coming out next year. However, I have gotten a demo for it, and also there's Demon Turf Trials. Good gravy, try saying that 5 times fast. And I at least want to take a look at both of those in a stream just to see how it is, because I'm really kind of excited about it. It's a very unique game where it's a 3D platformer, but your character art and sprites and stuff are in 2D kind of hand-drawn. It reminds me of this one anime game that was on the PS3 that I thought was really kind of cool from a, artistic standpoint. And another game that I plan on playing for you guys in a stream is going to be What Comes After. I've actually had this game for a bit, and I just haven't had the time to really sit down and play it, but I really am excited to play it because it's a very emotional storytelling adventure game, and it's dealing with a topic that I'm actually going through right now, which is trying to love yourself and trying to be, especially with how this year has turned out, a lot of people are kind of down in the dumps, and myself included. I've had my bad days, and they've been, hit or miss some days, but overall, it's got a very good message, and I really want to play it and kind of see where the game takes that narrative and that theme. But it does kind of deal with a little bit of a heavy personal subject matter, so I won't delve too deep into it here. But, yeah, I'm really excited to play it for you guys, and I think it's something that if you're having a hard time, you definitely should check it out. But speaking of getting through hard times, I've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing, if you haven't, seen. And I know I have kind of slowed down on the, daily kind of showing Animal Crossing every day type stuff. Mostly I've been, doing the occasional stream, and then especially when a big update happens, I do a stream of, the updated content, and then I do, a party for holidays. We missed out on Thanksgiving, unfortunately, due to, the whole family thing. But this year, I want to do a Christmas party in Animal Crossing. There will be gifts, so it'll be fun. I haven't ironed out all the details that I want to do just yet, but I do know I do want to do, a Secret Santa or, a gift exchange type thing, and just kind of have fun with it, because I want to give back to all of you guys and just, say, hey, thanks for being in Animal Crossing with me and thanks for having fun with me. I know it's kind of probably a little bit of a silly thing, and, giving stuff in Animal Crossing is kind of oh, well, thanks. But, I don't know, I feel like it's just a fun thing for us to do, since not everyone currently, due to how, the state of the world right now, not everyone can either visit family or visit friends for Christmas. So I kind of wanted to try and do something that will bring people together and let us all have fun in a place. And I know pretty much all of you guys enjoy Animal Crossing with me and enjoy visiting my island and stuff. So I wanted to try and do something to kind of say, like, hey, thanks for spending the year with me. Thanks for, sticking around and just kind of helping me through it, and I hope that I've helped you through the year as well. But regardless, we're going to have an Animal Crossing Christmas party. I haven't ironed out all the details yet. I'll probably post something either in my YouTube stories, in a community post, or I'll even, heck, make an entire freaking video if I need to, letting you guys know more details as soon as I, have them. And speaking of gifts, I actually bought myself a little bit of a gift because I'm just that terrible. So, if you are watching now, or if you happen to watch the latest Sakuna stream, you'll actually know that I have a VR headset now. And it's pretty great. I really like it. One of my friends talked me into getting one. Both of my friends, Santa Setsune, I always get his name mixed up, but Santa actually bought a Valve Index here a few months back, and I actually got to play it, and it was not the first time I'd played VR, but it was the first time I actually tried an Index, and I was really, really blown away with it. And then my other buddy, Black Fox, if you guys watch my Twitch, you'll know him from my Baldur's Gate playthrough, but he actually bought a Quest 2, an Oculus Quest 2, and I was not sure which one I wanted to get. I know I wanted to get one of them, but I wasn't sure if I should get the Quest 2, because, the Quest 2 is significantly less expensive than the Index, and so I was like, well, I could either save up for the Index and get it later, or I could get the Quest 2 now. And me and Black Fox got to talking, and I decided to go with the Quest 2, and I bought one. And I really, really like it. I actually kind of had to do some tinkering to get it to work with my computer wirelessly, but once I got that started, it was really, really cool. I actually played an entire stream of Sakuna Rise of Ruin in VR, and it was really cool, and I got to share that with you guys. It wasn't the best, probably, idea, but I had fun doing it, and it was just big dumb stream, so that was super fun. But I'm gonna try and do some more VR content. I kind of just have to figure out how to actually record it in a eye-pleasing way, because VR is kind of tricky. If you're not in it, it kind of looks weird. But hopefully, if you're watching this, I've either decided to do Saints and Sinners, the Walking Dead game for the VR, or something along those lines, if I can get something to record. If not, you're probably watching Hyrule Warriors. Just kind of depends. Alrighty, now we're going to get into the stuff that's coming up. Games that I am excited for, that are releasing in December, that I think if you've got similar game tastes like me, you might want to check out. I don't know if we'll be able to check them out all on the channel, but these are the games I'm excited for. First up, on December 4th, we have Haven. Haven is kind of a co-op, kind of RPG, adventure game, action game type game. It's really cool. I know that you can play it single player. Originally, I was going to play it with my girlfriend, but I no longer have one, so hey, that's fine. It's all good. I'll just play it by myself, because honestly, I don't care. I'm real excited about this game. It looks fun and looks very interesting, and the art style alone is very unique, and I really, really, really like it. On the same day, actually, we have Abyss: The Forgotten Past Prologue. This is actually kind of a free prologue-y, demo-y type thing for Abyss: The Forgotten Past. I don't know if I'm going to play this personally. It looks at least interesting. It's piqued my interest, but I've also been playing a lot of Rogue Legacy 2 when I get a spare minute. And I don't know, I've been in the mood for a 2D platformer, and this looks really interesting, and it's free, so I'm like, why not at least give it a shot, see what it's like, see if maybe this is something I'm interested in. So I might give it a go. We'll just have to see how this month shakes out. And speaking of 2D platformers, on December 7th, we have Drawn to Life 2 Realms. So Drawn to Life has been a series that I really enjoyed as a kid on the DS, and I don't believe I ever finished it. But I really enjoyed it. This one looks a little bit more of a departure from the original games. Granted, I haven't played those games in years. I think like I haven't played them in like a decade. I don't even know. I don't know when the last time I played it was. I believe it was when I was in middle school. It's been a minute. It's been a hot minute. So I don't even quite remember the gameplay style. I remember there being an overworld, but I don't recall if it was more like a Zelda-like or if it was like a 2D platformer like in Two Realms. But Two Realms seems to be, it's got an overworld, but I don't know if it has an overworld and then you go into certain levels or dungeons and stuff and then it's 2D, but there is a heavy emphasis on 2D platforming. So I don't know if this is a kind of like departure from that old gameplay style and they're just trying something new, or if this is how it always was. I'll do some more research in post and kind of say in text what it is. So if that pops up, hey, guess what? I was wrong or right. And then the very next day on December 8th, we have Call of the Sea, which is this gorgeous, gorgeous adventure game. Really, really pretty stuff. I love cell shading. Cell shading has come so far in terms of games, and I'm really, really jazzed to see what this game is. Because, like, we haven't really seen much of it. Honestly, I'm afraid it's going to get delayed. But I've been trying to keep my eyes on it, see what it is like. And it just looks like it's got a very cool mystery narrative, and I love a good mystery. Instantly gets me hooked every time. Then on December 10th, we have the long-awaited Cyberpunk 2077. Now, I'm kind of on the fence on this. I don't know if I'm going to play it at launch. I've actually put it on my Christmas wish list to see what it's like. I don't know. I've been told that it's going to be very akin to like a Cyberpunk Fallout. I don't know how much I buy that, considering the stuff I've looked at is kind of been like, I mean, it looks like an RPG, but like, how far deep is that RPG? Granted, it's made by CD Projekt Red. They make the Witcher series. That's a fantastic RPG and fantastic game. So we'll see how that turns out. I'm cautiously optimistic about it, but it's definitely one of the games that I know everyone's talked about, and it looks fantastic. I've got the PC now to play it, so we'll see. We'll see. I'm at least curious about it. I at least want to give it a shot and kind of see what it is. We'll see if I get to give it a shot. I don't know. Depends on how bad Christmas hits me in the wallet. Then on the very next day, just not even caring at all, we have Alba Wildlife Adventure. This game seems like the perfect palate cleanser for Cyberpunk. Like you get done playing Cyberpunk for a bit, you hopped up on all the adrenalines and all the action game mumbo jumbo, and then you drop into Alba, a chill photography, like just taking pictures of animals and enjoying the nice scenic wildlife and just going around and exploring and doing fun stuff. That sounds like the perfect just end of the year game of just like, I'm gonna sit, I'm gonna chill. It's been a long year. Let's have a little bit of chill fun. Alrighty guys, so that is the gaming bit of this little update. I'm gonna get into the art stuff now. If you're just here for gaming, bye. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you have a fantastic day. For the rest of you, let's go ahead and talk about the art stuff that I do on the daily. So, I'm happy to announce that art streams are coming back. I can't give a concrete date, but I plan on bringing them back before the end of the year. And I plan on, like I said earlier in the episode, I plan on bringing streams back into kind of a scheduled, this is what's happening this day type thing. Once I get that more concrete and kind of set in stone, I am going to then offset that with art streams. So say, for instance, we do Monday, Wednesday, Friday gaming stuff, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or whatever way I decide to split this up. We're going to do art streams. Now, as you know, the YouTube channel, I've kind of sectioned off into just gaming stuff. The only reason I'm including this is because art is a big part of my life and also kind of affects the gaming side of things because I only have so much of me to go around and so much time in the day. Needless to say, I plan on doing art stuff on Twitch. If you don't follow me on Twitch, then don't worry. If you go to my channel, there actually is a section for my art stream archives that you can that links to my art channel that doesn't have a lot of content on it because I just don't upload a whole lot there. But that's going to change very soon. Now, in terms of what you can expect, I plan on doing a head study and hand studies stream at some point. I don't know if I'm going to split them up into 2 different streams, just so I can focus on one over the other. But I've actually been taking a New Masters Academy course about hands and heads, and that's kind of why we haven't been seeing a whole lot of art on the, in terms of art uploads, just because, I've kind of been having a little bit of a hard time trying to figure out how to really do that, because, I don't want to... I mostly do the classes, and that's pretty much all the time I get to have to myself and my art, which is fine. I mean, it is what it is. And, to be fair, the New Master Academy has really helped me up my game in terms of, drawing. And I'm not, sponsored by them in any way. They don't pay me to say any of this. Good gravy, I wish they would pay for my darn subscription because it's expensive. But that's neither here nor there. But what is important is, it's helped me kind of get into a groove of, insert amount of hours that I'm going to draw in this little class and get better. And it's really helped. It really has helped me think about things in different ways, think about the gesture of the head, for instance, and kind of get a lot more knowledgeable in terms of the structure of the human head. And not only that, the hand course, good gravy. I did not realize how deceptively, simple the hand is, but also how complex it is at the same time. You'd think with something that we can look at 24 hours a day, and we use every day to do various things, you'd think we'd be the masters of freaking our hands, but we're not. And they're so complex to draw, but also so deceptively simple. And the way that class broke it down really helped me understand the hands. Now, speaking of hands, I plan on doing an Infinity Train fan art to put that hand knowledge to use at some point. I don't know if I'm going to record it or if it's going to be a stream. I don't know yet. I'm still even planning it. I've got a couple of Infinity Train fan arts planned. One, I want to do a giant poster of the whole cast, just because it popped into my head one day and I was like, oh, that'd be so cool to do. But again, we're still in early planning stages of that piece, so we'll just have to see how that goes. Speaking of pieces that I've been working on, I've also been dabbling in watercolor. I actually take a painting class on the side as well, and I'm drawing this spooky enchanted forest using watercolors. And it's been really, really fun, and I've honestly been kind of, stumbling my way through learning watercolors. It's much more easy than acrylic was, because my previous piece, I did a mountain landscape for my dad. That was very, very hard. But compared to that, watercolor, I'm learning a whole lot, and it's just a different way of thinking, but I really, really kind of dig watercolor as a medium. And I've got a couple other art projects I want to do. One of them is sculpting. I want to try and make a either fox bust or a wolf bust. Kind of give that either as a gift to a friend. They know who they are, probably, if they're listening to this. Or I want to keep the wolf bust for myself because I like wolves. Regardless, I've got plans. I've got a lot of art-related projects from Sumi ink painting and other stuff. I also want to start doing a thing next year that a YouTube artist that I follow very frequently. She actually brought out this merch line called the Sketch Scouts, and I think it's really cute. You basically can buy these little patches that are supposed to be like merit badges for scouts, but for artists. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. What if somebody sat there and did all the challenges to earn those merit badges? And then I was like, holy cow, I could do that. That'd be so fun. And maybe it would encourage you guys to do some of the challenges as well along with me. And we all earn merit badges, and it'd be super fun. And I'd get support an artist that I love. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's a win-win-win-win-win. Like, that'd be so super fun. And, like, I want to do that. So I'm either going to start doing it this month, or we're going to start doing it in January. Just going to depend on what happens. Speaking of January, I do want to mention that I am officially going into art school in January. I'm super excited about it. That does mean that content might take a back seat because I really want to do my best in this. It's just going to depend on what happens. I do plan on pursuing art school. And the school I'm actually going to, it's not an official like school, but it is the CG Masters Academy. It's taught by people in the industry currently. I'm starting off with human anatomy because I feel like I still need a lot of help with that. I'm obviously still like taking my own time to learn it beforehand because I want to at least have a good handle on it, but I still have a lot to learn. You know, you never stop learning as an artist, so I feel like even if it's retreading stuff that I either already know or that I'm like, oh yeah, I've already studied this, I feel like it doesn't really matter. It's going to help either way. Regardless, I am starting art school in January. I'm very excited about it, but we're just going to have to see how that takes up time, especially with my job and everything else. It's going to be a juggling act, but it always has been. Unfortunately, I've never had the opportunity to do YouTube as a full-time gig. I'd love to one day, but it's just not something that I can do. Maybe one day. We'll just play it by ear. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a fantastic day. If you're just now tuning in, hi, I'm Magnus. Thanks for watching, and if you like this and want to see more of it, then please consider subscribing to me, or follow me on Twitch for live streams and other stuff. And if you really like this stuff and want to help me make more of it, then please consider supporting me on Patreon, like these wonderful people right here, Purpliest, Hannah Wolf, and Mick Scales. Thank you guys for joining me for this update for December. I hope 2020 was at least kind to you, and if it wasn't, then my heartfelt apologies, and just know that eventually it'll get better, you know? I know this year has been hard on everyone, and it's not exactly been a fun year, but things will get better. Things will get better. They always do. Anyway, guys, to end on a not-so-somber note, I hope you enjoyed and hope you have a fantastic day. I have been your updater of the updates, Magnus, and yeah, I'll catch you guys on the flip side with more crazy content in the future. Bye-bye.